Call this meeting to order. Welcome to the public hearing, Tuesday, September 7th. I'd like to call to order and a roll call be elected.
Mayor Morris,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Burtis,
Here.
Alderman Green,
Here.
Alderman Madray,
Here.
Alderwoman Jones,
Here.
Alderwoman Hoffman, Mayor Redcorn.
And let's do the pledge of allegiance. Marcy, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Do we have any public comments?
Yes, Andrea Spearing, Mr. Mayor, has called in and said that she wanted to make a public comment. Ms. Spearing, are you on the phone? Let me turn you on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay, that's better than the last time I called in. Thank you so much. Again, Andrea Spearing, 16617 Jamaica Beach Road. Addressing a couple issues with the budget. I am not a CPA. I'm going to say that right up front. So some things you can probably explain to me and it will make sense. Other things I just don't quite understand. I am a homeowner who switched my home between my personal time and a short-term rental. And I really am having a lot of trouble finding out where all the hotel motel or hot taxes are going. And I don't quite understand what a hotel motel reserve fund is, actual versus budgeted, when we're talking about the current year so far, when the actual, when you're talking about revenue on page 1, you show that the hotel motel tax takes in $475,000, which is about half of our ad valorem taxes for the city. And I'm trying to figure out what the hotel motel taxes go for, because my understanding of someone that pays those is that they're to be used for heads for beds, beds for heads kind of process. And I'm seeing salaries and office supplies and merchandise and listed as things that are paid for by the taxes under expenses. So I was just wondering if someone could address why there's a $65,000 salary, as well as tourism, security, and cameras that are listed as expenses for hot taxes, when I don't really see how that is relevant to hotel motel taxes. So I'm a little new at budget, so I'm hoping that someone on city council can clarify some of these issues for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. And then I have.
And can I add one more thing? Can I add one more thing?
Yes, ma'am.
And that is, with hot taxes and everybody complaining about the mess on the beach, would it be possible to use and have a lined item expense that goes to hot taxes to have trash on the beach picked up during Memorial to Labor Day on Saturdays as well as Sundays? I think that would be a great use of hot tax money, and I think it would have a great benefit to the city itself. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Next public comment is from Debra Tabbert. I believe you are all aware of the drainage issues we have in Beachcomber. As I met with some of you and spoke at many council meetings about this issue, Hurricane Ike destroyed all the municipal drainage in our subdivision in 2008. The solution for years has been to tear down the dunes to allow the drainage. I believe this issue has been, as Mayor Clay would say, kick the can down the road problem. The residents of Beachcomber have asked for years for a solution to this problem. After Laura last year, our neighborhood was completely underwater, over 2 feet at the end of my driveway for days. The dune system was almost completely destroyed. The city moved sand back and helped to rebuild our dunes. The neighbors purchased a pump to clear our yards and street of saltwater and were reimbursed by the city for the cost of the pump. We have been manning the pump system for an entire year. Our dunes are doing a good job now of holding back high tides, but we are now pumping our streets with just a small rain. We were told by the previous city administrator there were plans for drainage in the street resurfacing plan that should have been completed sometime this year. Myself and several neighbors have also met with the CA Heiman and this issue during the spring rains, when we are pumping almost weekly. In a previous budget discussion, Alderman Roberta's asked about funding for this drainage for Beachcomber in the proposed funding for the street project. Brad Heiman responded that he didn't believe there was funding for the real solution in this proposal for drainage. My question to you is, when will this problem be addressed? The residents of this area of Jamaica Beach deserve an answer and a real solution. We have waited for 13 years for the city of Jamaica Beach to act. I am fully aware of the flooding issues on the bayside, but the water does recede with the drainage the city has provided. We have nowhere for the water to go. We have no drainage except for the residents willing to man a pump to clear our streets. It appears the council is about to approve another year's budget without any plans to address this 13-year infrastructure issue. How many years are the residents expected to pump our streets to have access to our homes? When will there be a real plan, solution, and funding to address this issue? Thank you, Debra Tabbert. Thank you, ma'am. The subject of the hearing is the City Council of Jamaica Beach we are holding the public hearing on the proposed budgets. And I guess we are ready for discussion. The budget will raise the same amount of revenue from property taxes as last year's budget. The property tax revenue to be raised from new property added to the tax roll this year is $43,610.60. Do we have to have a motion? Or yeah.
It's public.
Public hearing. Any questions, concerns?
Might I note there is no public in attendance?
I don't see the line item, and I'm probably just missing it for the park, playground. That's what that's called.
It's under allocated, it's I put 25,000 in there.
Under the park?
Park projects, or whatever, I put it under the, I have to, expense projects, I think I put, park fund, equipment purchase, 25,000.
What line is that?
Let's see. It's gonna be under, EMS building, where you see expense projects. Park fund, you got vehicle purchase, park fund, street projects, bulkhead projects, beach, yeah. You see it yet?
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully, if Georgia gets that grant matching it, you might have enough money to do something with what you're using.
Okay. I'm not even,
Anyone else? Yes, sir.
I have kept track of one item, which is number 17022. It used to be something, called, let's see if I can find it again.
1702.
What, were you in general or municipal or
General,
general?
and it used to be for 17022.
City Hall equipment?
Yes, thank you, and I think that's where we took the money and put it in for the video equipment a few years ago. But in the new budget, I'm not seeing that at all.
It's actually combined in 17012. If you look, that went to 10,000, I just combined them, so that was going on. Just right above where you're looking,
17.
012 City Hall equipment, him and all.
Okay, that's where it went,
Mhm.
okay.
I tried to clean it up and make it a little more reader friendly, user friendly, so you can see kind of.
Okay, thank you, I've just been keeping track of that particular one, so I appreciate that. Also,
I think it had City Hall equipment and then City Hall maintenance and whatever, I just combined them.
okay, thank you. Also, under hotel motel expenses for the upcoming budget, I'm seeing a number of, for maintenance, for $45,000. It just
That's
says,
pool, I mean, I think that's some in that pool, some of it's pool.
but the swimming pool is further down.
I understand this building too, all the park equipment, the restrooms and all that, and I think that's some of that.
It's the whole facility.
Okay, so it's pool
Yeah, it's
and
kind of
park.
separate.
And another, if you don't mind?
Sure.
I'm seeing, under hotel motel again, 35180, tourism
Would you like your
security
guests to
and
be able
cameras.
to unmute their own line by pressing *6? If yes, press 1. If no, press 2.
Mm-hmm.
35180,
All guests have been muted.
pardon me,
You will now rejoin the meeting.
tourism security cameras. I'm assuming that is for the city cameras?
No, that's gonna be for the ones that you're gonna mount, I think, 3, and then you're gonna have a portable one.
No, that is the city's, yes, the city cameras that you were discussing.
The street cameras?
That's right.
And they're gonna go onto the city website. They're, where people will be able, the community will be able to go to the city website
We're
and see
hoping
those.
to, we haven't finalized the vendor, obviously, and that is the technology is there, and we're hoping to get a vendor that would be able to do that.
And 35200 tourism for $63,000. Sorry. Just,
What was the number?
I don't really, I brought this one, I don't remember what all it was.
35200, and that's still under, it's still under hotel motel.
I have to go get
At the bottom.
Tourism infrastructure.
I numbered mine, so I put, it's on my page 5.
I don't remember, that's why, what we did there. I'd have to get my actual working one.
The worksheet.
Now,
It pretty much went over for what it was, I think we might have added a little bit.
yeah, before. it
Tourism, it was 63,120, and I just moved it over to 63.
Oh,
If you look at last year's budget,
It was 63.
it was 63,120.
And we reduced that to 63,000.
Right.
and what does that go to?
I'd have to really go,
For the.
yeah, I'd have to go look. I can tell you, but I just don't know, I have it right in front of me.
Okay. I just to have that, just be curious as to what you could get back to me with that. I appreciate that. Those were my only questions. Thank you.
Double check.
I don't have anything.
Comments on the budget? Yes, I'd like to thank city staff but most of all, our MVP for getting this in order in an incredible time frame, cleaning it up and doing such a wonderful job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Debbie.
I have sat down countless times with her and she is Johnny on the spot with all of my questions. That's all I have time for.
Mr. Green?
I tried to address every one of y'all's concerns and issues that you wanted, so I've kinda, if you look down we actually, there's a little money from municipal fund to cover all of those projects, so. It's there,
Great
it's tight,
job.
but it's there.
Well, the budget's there, now we
Yeah.
just gotta get the projects done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did a great job. We do thank you.
I know it's there, I just,
It's okay, thank you so
I
much.
haven't read them.
Other than that, Brad, anything?
One closing comment, if you, would, Mr. Mayor. I've been here 7 years in November. And I've gone through this process every year. I want to also, if you don't mind, giving Debbie some more accolades of it's remarkable the progress she's made in a short period of time. But I also want to give those same accolades to this mayor and council. In 7 years I've been here, you guys have done more with a lot less time. And honestly, it's the best budget process I've ever seen the city have in 7 years. And just wanted to say that each one of y'all have done an excellent job in supporting the needs of the city. It's very much appreciated.
Anything else, anyone?
Is Miss Spearing still there? Tell her I'll address her, I'll call her, or address her tomorrow, or email her, or however she wants.
All guests have been unmuted. You will now rejoin the meeting.
Ms. Spearing?
Yes, sir?
Debbie Nesbitt is going to address those questions that you have, and will be contacting you tomorrow with the answers.
Does she
I
have
would
phone number?
appreciate that since I have not had really good luck getting counsel to answer my email. I would greatly appreciate hearing from Debbie. Because again, as was just brought up, we have a $63,000 tourism expense, but then we also have a $15,000 agency fee, and then we also have a salary all being paid by hot taxes, and that kind of seems like a lot of overlap. I'd like my taxes to be accountable to the hotel motel created law. So I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I will get with you tomorrow.
Well,
Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome.
I'd like to adjourn this meeting. Everybody okay? Everybody ready? Adjourn, 6:19.